This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday, May 22nd, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. You can stop working so hard, trying to impress others with your greatness. The fact is, you are already amazing. You are enough just as you are. As you rest in the divine presence, the whole world awakens to the deeply eternal loving of simply being. Your presence is so valuable. A lot of people always ask, excuse me, what is enlightenment? What is it? People talk about enlightenment. I've had some people say just pretty simply, what the heck is it? In a single moment, in one stroke, you can become enlightened. In a single moment, in one stroke, you can become enlightened. It is not a gradual process, because enlightenment is not something that you have to invent. It is something that you have to discover. It is already there. It is not something that you have to manufacture. If you have to manufacture it, of course, it will take time, but it is already there. Close your eyes and see it there. Be silent and have a taste of it. Your very nature is what I call enlightenment. Enlightenment is not something alien outside you. It is not somewhere else in time and space. It is you. Your very core, Osho. Have you ever wondered exactly what does that word mean, enlightenment? Well, personally, I've only had a very brief taste of the enlightened state through a samadhi. Samadhi is one level below nirvana. And samadhi experience, and the one thing that you can know is that enlightenment is something that cannot be put into words. Yet, if I could describe it, I'd say it is the continuous realization of the divine universe, interconnected, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent being you truly are. That's quite a mouthful for something that has no words for it. Yet, when you meditate on this thought and begin knowing it as the truth of who you are, an amazing, enlightening experience begins downloading directly into your consciousness at the speed of light, which is like a blink of the eye and faster. Enlightenment, the first thing that you will realize is that it happens to you as fast as light and comes directly to you from fully living in the lightness of your own spiritual presence. Although most people don't take the time to redirect their attention in their infinite spiritual nature, so they may not think it is real or that they can experience it at all. But I will tell you that it is very real and creates an experience of reality which you cannot compare to anything you've ever had before. It's as if you were living in a dark, candle-lit, musty closet for 25 years and suddenly found the door to walk outside and breathe the fresh spring air and feel the warm, radiant light from the sun. Excuse me. The enlightening experience is not something you can measure with any scientific device, not just yet. Rather, it is the experience of the perpetual effulgence of your soul's radiant awareness. It is seeing this world only through pure awareness, where there are no opinions, judgments, or mind chatter in the way. When this happens, you discover something that turns your entire life around. Excuse me. You realize that who you really are is a mind-stopping experience. You realize that who you really are is a mind-stopping experience. You are indescribable, unattainable, and exist far beyond the imagination of this limiting mind. If you want to have a momentary taste of what enlightenment is, you must choose to do something completely radical with how you're typically spending your time. Stop whatever agendas you currently have with your life. Let go of everything you thought to be real or true, and entertain the possibility that who you are is an undefinable, infinite being and eternal soul that was never born and thus will never die. By taking this dynamic leap in your consciousness into letting go of all limiting ideas about yourself, you'll soon find the enlightened state blossoming within you. Don't let this idea take your personal problems and life issues, okay? Don't let this idea that your personal problems and life issues are blocking you from enlightenment. Think of them like particles of sand between your toes. Depending on how you move through life, they will either grind or massage your feet. The most challenging people in your life are also your greatest teachers in disguise. Simply take the approach to explore every experience in your life with a genuinely open mind and childlike curiosity. Stick to stick to this like super glue, and you will eventually become enlightened. Life has an incredible wisdom to download into each of our consciousness that's bigger than what we can conceive of. This entire world is designed to enlighten us all, heal us all, empower us, and dissolve us, our ego, the you. The sun shines down, and its image reflects in 1,000 different pots filled with water. The reflections are many, but they are each reflecting the same sun. Similarly, when we come to know who we truly are, we will see ourselves in all people, amongst it. Many people wonder, what does an enlightened being understand that other people don't? What does an enlightened being understand that other people don't? Well, they simply see how everything is connected to a cosmic intelligent web of energy, love, and information that physically exists in between every atom in this universe. An exponentially increasing flow of deep inspirational insights happens with every thought which passes through. It is unimaginable, yet the moment you let go of this small limiting identity, who you've been conditioned to believe is you, and dive deeper into trusting this omnipresent intelligence, your inner light switches on. You'll know it because your body becomes deeply relaxed and your mind becomes supremely empty, soft, and receptive to every possible experience that flows your way. The journey towards enlightenment is a constant celebration of life, living every moment with the recognition that you are intimately connected to a power that is so great, so intelligent and loving, that you wouldn't trade it for all the diamonds, gold, and money on this planet. This living, breathing, highly conscious, intelligent energy is all powerful, and it is always flowing through you. It is around you, instantly available to you, and loves you deeply and eternally. Enlightenment is fully surrendering to this truth every day, everywhere you are. Nothing ever happens by accident in the enlightened universe. There are no coincidences in the enlightened being's understanding of this life. Even your decision to listen is not an accident. Every experience is always the right experience for that moment in our journey. Life is the perfect teacher. How can an infinitely intelligent universe ever make a mistake? And are there really mistakes or just experiences? Every lesson your soul came here to learn is being provided for you through each breath and experience that you are given. Your spiritual path into enlightenment is your path home. This universe is constantly here, guiding us, helping us to remember and to reawaken the realization of our awesome, true, radiant selves. So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax these bodies that we are in. Head to toe, inside and out. And we do this by our breath. We take an easy, slow inhale through the nose and an easy, slow, steady exhale through the mouth. Once we focus on the breath, the body lets go. We store stress, tension, anxieties. We store them in these bodies that we're in. Because we're not the body, we're not the character, we're not the personality, we're not the name, we're not the clothes, we're not the status on this planet. We are the God. We are the God source in these bodies on this planet. So when you do the breath, you alleviate the pain and the suffering, because the ego mind cannot exist in the now, which is your breath. Can't exist. So that's why it does everything it can to keep you either in the future, past, future, past, future. You still, by going with your breath, you still the ego mind and the subconscious mind. You leave them alone. You don't engage them. Your mind chatter disappears. You don't have it. All of the stuff that you have in the future or the past that you carry with you all the time is not there. You have silence. You're not thinking. The mind's not active. You're only in the now. This is the only way to master the ego mind and the subconscious mind, by leaving them alone and watching them, not judging them, but just watching them and see how they operate. This is how you can identify when you have an ego mind thought, say, or you have an ego emotional response. This is how you identify them and you see how they operate so you can better master them. Now, staying in the now, you focus on your breath. Just do a test for yourself sometime and see how long you can actually stay in the now. See how long you can stay in the now. You might be surprised on how long you can stay in the now, because we have all these thoughts. Remember, the ego mind is constantly chipping away while you're in the now, and it tries to do everything it can to get you out of the now. So we put out, each of us put out over 60,000 thoughts every 24 hours. We send those thoughts out to the universe. Now, we don't identify all of our thoughts. That's when we have surprises in this life. Now we have another bunch of programs. You might call them thoughts, but they're actually programs flying by us, millions, tens of millions at a time, like clouds in the sky. Those are not ours. And so we can grab those and get carried off. And it happens to a lot of us. You're really focused on something, right? And you're focused on something, and then you find yourself somewhere else. It's like you do it on purpose. It's just you're somewhere else. Have you ever been doing something where someone's talking to you and you don't hear them because you're somewhere else? And they go, what do you think about that? And you click back in, and you haven't got a clue on what they said. So you just say, I apologize. My mind was somewhere else. Nothing against you. I don't know. I just flew off somewhere. So it's focusing on the now that eventually gets us into the state of enlightenment. It's all connected. Focusing on the now that eventually gets us to the stage to enlightenment. And enlightenment, for all of us, is supreme. Enlightenment is experiencing the God that we are within the body. Think about that one. And you practice, see, the now connects you to the enlightenment. The enlightenment of you, the God that you are in that body. To actually experience the God that you are is enlightenment. And you go into different stages of bliss, samadhi, nirvana. Nirvana is the God that you are. That's the ultimate understanding that nirvana is the God that you are. And when you experience the God that you are, you're only in the now. And you either experience samadhi or nirvana, pure bliss, when you discover that you're the God. So the now is very, very, very important. And I'm not saying that you can stay in the now 24/7. I have not met anybody yet that can stay in the now 24/7. Not even close. Most people stay in the now maybe 5 seconds, if that. It's just practice. There's no race. You practice it. You choose to practice it. Now, when you look into this body as the God that you are in the body, you will see 7 wheels of light. Right? They're called chakras. Chakra is a definition of wheel, so wheels of light. These 7 different colored lights aligning with from your tailbone to the top of your head. They're spirit etheric energy. We, the gods, are spirit etheric energy, omnipotently powerful. We flow through these, and they're connected to everything these bodies are. They're connected to emotions, character, personality. They're connected to laughter. They're connected to crying. They're connected to happiness, joy, bliss. They're connected to all of it, the blood flow, the organs, all the way down to the quantum quark. So you discover, once you discover that you're the God and not the body, and you understand this association, then you discover that you are truly the power of healing the body that you're in. Now picture yourself standing on a golden circle, right? And you're standing in front of 3 paths. The one you're on is the now. One on the left is the past, and the one on the right is the future. Now you notice that the trees have formed canopies over each path, and the trees are shimmering gold, with the leaves shimmering gold, the bark and the branches. The path itself is a brilliant emerald green flaming grass. Appears to be grass. You notice that there's a couple things that you notice. Is that the path on the left, the past, is very worn. It's been used a lot. It's very apparent. The one on the right, the future, has also been used a lot. And why is that? It's because we all know that the ego mind tries everything it can to keep us out of the now, because the now looks brand new, the path to the now. And it only exists in the future or the past. That's where the pain and suffering is. Now, we all go into the past, and we use it. It's like the Great Hall. It's what it is. The subconscious mind which records and stores everything, and then plays it back. So we go into this room, so to speak. We reminisce. We reflect on things that we had a good time with, that were very enjoyable, and then things that weren't, so we can learn how to do them differently in the now. Okay. So we go into this room, and if you want to call it a room, and it's so massive, and there's so much space that we can't see the walls, and we can't see the ceilings. So we kind of walk around and we pick up some movies and some books and pictures, and we sit in our easy chair, and there's a big screen in front of us, and we watch some movies, and we look at some pictures, and we read some of the books, and we have a good time. And we have this huge resource place, library, whatever you want to call it, the Great Hall. But we don't stay there. We put everything back. We turn off the light. We shut the door. And we move forward in life. And on occasion, we revisit the Great Hall. Some of us, however, will go there, and I don't believe it's conscious. I believe it's unconscious. But we'll stay there so long that they will end up bringing the past into a future that doesn't exist, because we create the future in the now. We create that future out of that past, and we live that past and that future. This is why a lot of people will say no matter what we do, we always seem to end up here. Now, all of us will venture into the future. We all venture there. And we get in a hurry. The ego mind hurries us, pokes us, prods us. You got to know, you got to know, you got to know, you got to know. It's a tough one, too, because it's heavy duty for most of us. We got to know. You ever get to that point where you're just fidgety and you're stressing and you just want to know? You want to finally know something, right? When, how, where. And so, but we go into that future. We take that future path. But we seek external authority. We want to be told or informed by those who we believe have the credibility to give us the information that we're seeking. So we will ask them, and it could be card readers, it could be astrologers, it could be psychics, intuitives, many different tea readers, palm readers, pendulums. So you can get this information. So they'll give you the information. And you'll sit there and say, really? Now, if you believe, right, on what they tell you, and you take it through the heart mind, then you're going to manifest it, right? But if you don't believe it, you think it's just a bunch of poppycock, and it's just not, you just kind of go, okay. I don't see any of that happening, because it's never happened before. You won't manifest it. But see, each of us have the power of manifestation. And manifesting is moving, taking energy, moving it into form, right? Creating it into reality so we can experience it. Now, those who believe will manifest it without interference, which means no doubt. right? No doubt, great trust, great faith. And they're not attached to it. So they don't attach themselves to the outcome of what they're asking about. Say, they're not saying, oh, it better happen today. It's supposed to happen today. And it doesn't happen today. And guess what? Disappointment and suffering. So it's just letting go, not attaching to the outcome of anything that you're putting out to the universe that you desire, that you want. So you engage it and let it go. And you have no real expectations. That's a real fine line, because you're saying, this is what I want. But then it's different when you say, I expect this to happen. You see the difference? This is what I want, and you have the faith and trust that it will occur, and the universe will deliver it in a timely way. Or the other end is that I want this to happen on this day. I want this to happen here. I expect it to happen this way. It won't happen. Now, if you were to look at this planet from afar, and you understood that you were the God within the body, and that you knew that you were the brightest light in all creation and beyond, then you would look at this planet and say, well, then I'm the God in the body, so I am heaven on earth. Heaven being the God, the body being earth. And every single step I take on this planet, I'm creating paradise. Literally. And if you were to take a ship, or just move yourself off planet, and get far enough out where you can see the planet about the size of a basketball, well, you would see that it glowed immensely. I mean, for goodness sakes, we've got over 8 billion gods inhabiting humanoid forms, and then all the other forms, and the trees and the rocks, and everything of gods inhabiting to experience that physical form. So if you were to take a billion suns, group them all together into one ball, and you have this planet, it would the suns would pale in comparison to the light that we are as the gods that we are in the bodies. So that's why we're turning this planet into a God planet paradise, and we know that because we know we're the God within the body. Now we have parts of ourselves, the gods that we are, that are completely stone cold asleep. We love them just as deeply as the parts of us, the gods that we are, that are awake. They'll wake up in their own time. This is all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It's archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Hell, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, the garden, and beneath earth. All of our loved ones who have ascended out of the body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. All the off-worlders, galactic, celestials. These are numbers that literally are in the gigaplexes. One gigaplex, one, would fill this universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. Not one. These are trillions of gigaplexes from trillions of universes. And you can kind of say that are we assembled? Well, we're all together. We always are. All the gods that we are in these bodies are one. And we're focused on this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, and we're liberating it from all the lower dark matter, survival matter, frequencies, AI, goop, all the black dark matter, all the pure evil corrupted souls. And that's what's happening. That's what we're doing right now. And we continue to do so. We're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. We're all God, and we're all love. And our God, force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to grow, intensify, and expand. We immediately form a massive white fire circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This white fire circle of light emanates from the gods that each of us are in these bodies, part of the one. This is pure, deep, eternal love. It is the highest of the highest high vibrational frequency. And we're flooding this planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it, 24/7, infinity and beyond, with this pure, deep, eternal love. There's no escape from it. And we begin to ascend above the planet. We're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. And this ocean of glitter isn't like we would depict on this planet, so we take things that we're familiar with to describe it. And you look at a massive grand finale fireworks display, a massive grand finale laser light show display, and a grand finale ballroom globe display. Now, they're much more intensified and larger. And so we take them all and we group them into one. We create a massive crescendo, and this one burst will describe pretty nearly the ocean of glitter. Now, we look at all the reflective points in the ocean of glitter. They're everywhere. And we notice these little tiny, finely etched microscopic mirrors. And we enter those mirrors. And we discover that all of us, in any form that we choose to inhabit, are learning and teaching, teaching and learning from each other. And you get to understand that there is a God inhabiting everything. Everything. Trees. So, do you think you've never been a tree? Think again. Feel again. A bear, cow, horse, moose, bug in the rug, leaf on a tree, blade of grass. And so when we understand it, we create the physical material, the gods that we are create the physical material world out there to entertain us only, temporary. Once we understand that and we go within and understand who and what we are, then we view everything out there much differently. It's a choice. And each of us make that choice to begin the journey within, to stay in the now, to focus only in the moment, to connect or reconnect with the God that you truly are in that body. Now we continue to ascend, and we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created, the gods that we are within these bodies, to remind us all that we are the power of healing these bodies. We're then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, that we are the power, omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are protected with a white fire armor. This armor emanates from the God source, you, me, in these bodies. It is pure, deep, eternal love. It is impenetrable by the lower frequencies. Lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, demons, all of it. They can't come close when we're at that level of vibrational frequency. They'll vaporize. So they stay away. So you're protected 24/7, infinity and beyond, always. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, anger, greed, revenge, fear, envy, hurriedness, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies come flooding in. And then there's the possibilities of demon possession, attachments, and other things. So you decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. We created this double column of light. First part of it is the purple transmuting flame. This reminds us that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness. Where they are, no more. We're then met with the second part of this column of light, the violet ray. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that the gods that we are, created to remind us all that we are the sun, the sunlight, the rain and the rainbows. We are the sun sets and the sun rises, skies and the clouds. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the trees, the forests, the soil, the animals. We're everything. Everything is us. And when when we always look at things, right, and we see them, and we say, "Isn't that beautiful?" And it is, because it's you, the God in that body. But from the heart mind, we look at a sunset or a sunrise, ocean front, mountain view, and we say, that is the God that I am. Through the heart mind, not the head, not the ego mind, but through the heart mind, that is the God that I am. And you have a whole different understanding, and the shift occurs within. If you've already tried it, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, do try. Do. Now we continue to ascend above the planet, and some of us decide to step outside our physical form, that we're carrying physical form, and we hover effortlessly above it. The reason we do this is because it's really fun, and we can. We're immediately met with a massive crystalline night tower. This tower is larger than the solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we discover this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see this humongous golden white ball of light. It, in turn, is surrounded by multicolored rings of light that seem to go to infinity and beyond. We discover that this combination creates this massive, brilliant, sparkling, reflecting, flashing, super bright white cloud. And it, in turn, is absorbed through our heart mind, through the chest, and it feels like a warm embrace that never ends. And we discover that the golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes gratitude, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, massive prosperity, and massive abundance. And we discover that all of this is a reflection of the gods that we are in these bodies. Now, at the top of this column, we designed this so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, 24/7, infinity and beyond. What is the golden ocean? It's pure, deep, eternal love. It's you, the God that you are, me, the God that I am in these bodies. And it's flooding this planet, head to toe, inside and out. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe is infinity and beyond. There's no escape from it. It's everywhere. And it is the highest of the highest high vibrational frequency. Now, we're drops of this golden ocean. We also contain the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean are the drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion played upon us all is separation. We then see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We all created this sphere over 4 years ago. It houses nearly 1,900 of our meditations in perpetual motion. These meditations continue to intensify, grow, and expand. This is every day, hundreds of millions of us, consciously aware, every day, 7 days a week for over 4 years, sometimes a couple times a day. This is massive. The light can no longer be ignored. Now, when you look at this meditative sphere, right, and you look at the planet, and you see on this planet, at this very moment, through the now, through your heart-mind, this goop. It's blacker than the blackest black of anything you have ever viewed. And AI goop, rogue AI goop, all of the pure evil, corrupted souls, all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. It's evaporating from the planet. You know how things evaporate, right? And it's evaporating through this field that you see. It's not, you can see through it, but you can see reflection and vibrations of this pure pink, white, golden shimmer kind of light, right? And you see, as everywhere, you see this dark matter, this goop, moving up to the sky. And it's like it's being vacuumed, extracted, right? And as you look at it, you see it fragmenting and disintegrating as it all keeps going up. And then you look up and you see the sky. The sky isn't a blue sky. It is a brilliant, super bright, white, pink, golden light, and with no end to it. And so you see these pieces, fragments, disintegrating, and it looks like flash sparkles, right? Just, and then you go to the clouds, the sky, and you see this brilliant golden white pink sky, and you watch the remnants of this dark matter hit that sky and flash, all gone, no longer there, no existence, gone permanently. That's what's happening. And you can plug into that for reaffirmation and watch it through your heart mind anytime you choose. You can see and experience the deep eternal love, the gratitude, the peace, the joy, the bliss, the generosity, the humbleness, all of it. There's no escape, and there's no ending of it. It's not going to stop until all of this has been eliminated. Nothing ever again will ever invade this planet or that which we are. And no life will be invaded, ever, beyond, and forever. Take 3 minutes to imagine all around you are divine beings of light. They are surrounding you with love, empowering thoughts, and absolute prosperity in every form. Breathe deeply and slowly for these precious minutes and feel these powerful beings are bathing you in their glorious divine light of love. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy, slow breath in through the nose, and an easy, slow breath out of the mouth. Be still. For some time today, recognize a sacred aspect in everyone you meet. Feel that underneath their ego trip and hurricane of thoughts is a divine being waiting to be seen. Know that you are completely perfect, whole, and at peace at the core. Just do not think you are. Know you are. All your core, at your core, you have the power to experience bliss anywhere and transcend any suffering that may occur. Be this divinity. It's as simple and sweet as recognizing that you are pure being. Take this with you for the rest of the night, rest of the day, evening and night, and the following morning. We will return here Monday, May 23rd, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation